Hello, everybody watching already, maybe, I don't know yet. But yes, I am Christopher McLeod, aka Diagnostic 80, and I am hosting today a very fun, very cool live stream. We've got comments sweeping in already. Now, this live stream obviously is for the Roboskull Mark II. It is for Skeletron. And of course, we have to have the Skeletron team on the show. So give a big warm welcome to Ben and Mark.
Hey!
Hello, lads. How are you doing?
Good. Fantastic. Yeah. Really good.
Why fantastic? Why have you reached every stretch goal already or something?
In fact, Chris, if you haven't been watching, we did reach every stretch goal.
As if I haven't been watching. It's funny. I'll get messages throughout the day saying, "Oh, it's at this now. It's at that now." Like I'm not on that page refreshing it every 30 seconds,
right.
Which I think is hilarious. But anyway, we've got loads of people joining us. It looks like on YouTube mainly, which is great. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook at the moment, hopefully. And yeah, this is a live stream. We're going to be counting down the last hour of this absolutely incredible Kickstarter campaign that Ben, Mark, and many others have been involved in. And lads, first off, then I guess joked about it at the start, but what is the question? How, what, when, why? Go.
Speechless, Chris. It's like we have no words. It's been incredible. It's like 31 days of pure awesomeness. So I don't know, man. It's been a wild ride.
It really, really has. Ben, I mean, did you honestly think that you'd be sitting here closing in on? Let's have a look. Actually,
we're closing. We're closing. I can't. Even this morning, I didn't think we were going to be this close after everything.
Wave 97450.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, I got to give a shout out to Nick Reeland, who I saw.
Hey, hide that beer, Ben.
Got me with my beer. So Nick is actually backer #1 on the Kickstarter. So shout out to Nick.
I'm literally waiting till the last second to
good
go.
To see good to see him at Assembly Required over the weekend too, last weekend, and Nick just had a birthday, so wish Nick a happy birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday. I won't do that. But happy birthday. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, Justin Bell's in here. Should we see what Justin's up to? What's Justin saying? This chat is much better than the PulseCon ones. Oh, right. Yeah, well, that's true, actually. Well, I think what he's saying there is...
shade.
I think what he's saying there is the chat isn't as aggressive as the PulseCon ones. Slightly fewer fiery poop emojis.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. I got you. Now, thanks for explaining that. I needed that explanation, Chris.
Yeah, Justin was he's not throwing shade at Hasbro. That would be mean.
Nick got be #1. Yeah, who's #2 out there?
I
don't know who #2 is.
Who does #2 work for? Yeah, we've got loads of people flowing in at the moment. Right, let's have a look.
Phil Donnelly, hey Phil, hey Glenn, Ryan Sweeney, that's awesome. You're here too, man. David,
there's a lot of people in this chat. I did that thing annoyingly of stopping, to see what people are saying, and then it's like literally just exploded. So great to see everyone on here.
Glenn Winkler's on there too. Hey, Glenn.
Winkler.
I gotta give Keith O'Donnell a shout out too, because I don't know Keith, but he's been an awesome supporter for the entire campaign. So thanks, Keith.
Thanks, Keith. Also, G.I. Joeberg in the house. What up, guys?
Oh, G.I. Joeberg guys.
We got loads of people on. This is great.
Yeah.
Justin just added some poop emojis. Thank you, Justin.
Andrew Garrison. Hey, Andrew.
Wow, this is insane. Right, enough of me just looking at people's names and saying them. Right, guys.
No, I like G.I. Joeberg's comment. Bring that up. That's pretty funny because these guys did a really nice review of. If you can post that up, the guys over at G.I. Joeberg did a really nice review of our Kickstarter. And the one nitpick they had was they said, everything's good, but what's up with this beautifully carded and beautifully boxed on everything? They were like, what's up with that? I'll be the judge of that if it's beautiful or not. So
I can tell you now, it's beautiful, isn't it, lads?
So I had some fun with that. So it was I had to give him a tag when we announced the Ken Kelly art too. So
just in case you didn't notice, it's at 599. By the way, we're closing in. We're closing. We were kind of funny, like full disclosure. I was thinking, oh great, we'll do this little live stream the last hour. Hopefully, we'll reach a couple of stretch goals. No, that was obliterated earlier today, guys. How excited were you to get that last stretch goal done?
I was super pumped. This morning I looked at it and I was like, are we going to make it? I hope we make it.
Yeah.
And then it started to look like we were going to, so I was feeling good about it.
Well, we're 6-inch collectors too, right? So we love the 6-inch figures out there, classified lines, awesome, right? So to be able to add a 6-inch Skeletron in that, it's sweet.
It really is. It really is sweet. I agree with that.
And once we unlocked the 4-inch, once we had the O-ring Skeletron reveal, and then you unlock the 4-inch, it feels like we're not, like it would be really unfortunate to just fall short and not have everybody's every size and every collector style unlocked.
Here's a question for you, Ben and Mark. Are you doing a flag next? Asks Nick.
I can neither confirm nor deny that we're doing a flag next.
Sorry, had to post that one. That's
pretty good.
Chris Johnson says, I was only back a number 5, getting slow in my old age. Yes, you were. Shout out to Chris, who's also a patron of our show as well. Thanks, Chris.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris.
Like that logo too. It looks good, Chris.
Yeah.
What's that from? Lols. He says with everyone wearing the t-shirts at the moment, probably. I'm too cold. I just put a sweater on. I'm too cold. What else have we got going on then, lads? Well, we've got people from Facebook and YouTube coming in at the moment. Guys, thank you so much for jumping on and hanging with us. We are literally just going to be hanging out here for an hour or so, and we're going to be talking about this amazing project. We might even have a few guest spots pop up. You never know. We will. We can't be completely certain of that just yet, but it might happen. Like, keep any questions. If you've got any questions, throw them up here. I will try and get to them while these two bide for time when I ask them another question about stuff.
Hey, belated happy birthday to Ryan Melzer too, who's on as well. So he was on. Guy I got to meet at AR. That's super cool. Really great supporter. Chaz the Guru. I see him all over the Instagram, helping pump up the project. So thanks, Chaz.
Pump up the project.
Appreciate your guruing.
Chaz wants more 6-inch figures.
There you go. So what are the plans for Skeletron going forward? More vehicles, an expanded figure line, both scales. Can you tell us everything that you're doing next, please? Go.
Yeah, so we definitely have plans. The idea here was to see if what we thought would be cool, if other collectors would think it was cool. It looks like you guys think it's cool too, so that's really awesome. And so we will definitely be doing more in the future. But for now, we are going to be very, very focused on what's next, which is a lot of work. We had the Roboskull Mark II. We have that engineered for production. We're really far along with that, but with all this additional stuff that we've unlocked, all these awesome figures, we have a lot of work to do, just fleshing out design and then doing, final sculpt and then engineer and test shots. And so there's just gonna be a lot of work, and we're gonna be really focused on getting the entire package that we've unlocked here done as quickly as possible and getting it in everyone's hands. So obviously we'll be thinking about a lot of other things while we're working on that stuff. But we're going to fulfill this awesome Kickstarter before you see anything concrete from us. So it's going to be a while, but we've got plenty of work to do. So it's
damn right you have. My goodness me! And look, we're at 599,701. I think we're very close to breaking that 600. Thanks for your question, Chaz. By the way, Chaz, thanks for the question. Much appreciated. Got another one here by Deep Waters. Will the 6-inch and 4-inch Skeletron be carbon copies of each other, or will they have different decos? Thanks. Thank you, Deep. Thank you, Deep.
That's a really great question. So we're doing modern, we're going to do modern sculpts for both the 4-inch and the 6-inch scale of everything. So they'll be very close. The actual articulation between the 4-inch and the 6-inch is going to be different. So The 6-inch will have, that increased articulation, some double joining, and that kind of thing that you'd expect from 6-inch figures. And then the details will be a little bit different. And then as far as the different decos goes, to get to your question, maybe not. So that's all part of this design process that we're going to go through and finalize some things. So it's a good question. I'm curious to know if people would prefer them to be identical or if you'd prefer them to have deco variations. If we do deco variations, they'll be pretty subtle. We're not going to do like a wildly different version, at least right now for what we just unlocked. It won't be a wildly different version between the 4-inch and the 6-inch. It'll be largely the figure that you think that you'll be expecting to get after seeing the previews in the Kickstarter. But there could be some small variations for sure.
Awesome. We have loads more. I mean, the comments are flying in. This is quite astounding. I don't know what to do with myself. What else have we got here? I like how the Skeletron figure looks. They will look great for Cobra forces. That's a very good point. That is something that I didn't even think of. I've been too focused on trying to actually, trying to will the stretch goals into existence. This is a nice little comment here. Something I want to bring up. Winter Star says, also, Mark's Robo Knight armor is genius. Mark, do you want to tell us about that as an idea, please, bud? Because that was really cool.
Yeah, well, I talked a little bit about this early, but very early on in this process, we're looking at, I don't know. I guess I was playing a lot with Diaclone at the time, and very, very much a big fan of robots. So at one point, it was just like, I don't know, Ben, what do you think? Do we put a robot face on this thing, make it look like, I don't know. And Ben, thankfully, we had a little bet. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, like having it as a concept was one thing, right? And it was just kind of hanging out there. And then at one point I was talking to Ben and I said, hey, how about a deal? What if we hit 200,000, we can unlock that, right? 200,000, right? I mean, look where we're at now. And Ben's like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's probably like in passing, right? And then
I didn't even remember.
He didn't remember it. Yeah, exactly. So then we get close to it. I'm like, so you remember our conversation? He's like, what? I'm like, 200,000. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, the Robo Knight, heavy metal armor. Actually, we didn't have it named at that time. And I was like, the mask. And he's like,
that's amazing.
Oh, that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can do that, right? And that's like, well, yeah, that was our deal. So yeah.
So awesome. I don't know if that actually happened or if that was the story that Mark came up with to get the Robo Knight armor next.
You have been. Let's say
when we were going to start adding more stretch goals.
You've been rather sleep deprived, Ben, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. That is true.
On that note, you should have seen Ben the first 2 weeks. This guy didn't sleep. It was like, I don't know, a couple hours a night. He would be like up at like 5 a.m. I'm rolling in. It's like 8. I turn my phone on. Like, what? Like, it's like all these messages popping in. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your comment there, Winter Star. And yes, Mark's Robo Knight armor is genius. I agree. What else have we got here? Well, Wolverine Snicked has asked this question. How much do you have to pledge to get a Roboskull that fits 6-inch figures? Well, the Roboskull fits a 6-inch figure. So any base Roboskull pledge, which is, I think, the base one is what, 219, Ben? Is that correct?
That's right, 219. So ta-da! Any Roboskull you pledge for will fit a 6-inch figure.
There you go.
Thanks for that softball.
Yeah, easy one, straight out the park. Ryan's making comments, but hi Ryan, and also happy birthday. It's for yesterday, right? Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Hope you had a really good one, bud. Hope you had a really good one. What else have we got here? I mean, there's so much. Like, guys, I don't know. I was not expecting. Again, I've completely underestimated the power of Roboskull here, haven't I? I'm kind of on this with my full force head, thinking there's going to be like maybe 30 comments. No, it is ridiculous, as I should have known it was going to be. We've got some love for Diaclone up in here. There's one from Nick again. Yeah, so that's another aspect, isn't it, to this vehicle, which we haven't really talked about in massive detail, but that option is there, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, and I'm glad Nick brought this up. Nick's the one who actually introduced me to Diaclone at Assembly Required, so he got me kind of on that addiction, and maybe that's what led to this. Oh, Chris, 600.
Check the ticker.
Amazing.
Well
was not paying attention.
Wow.
Was not paying attention, and it breaks 600 Gs. Wow. Guys, that is congratulations, honestly, on something that has still got 44 minutes to go.
Oh man. Hey, we got a cheers. Hey,
hang on. I do have a mug with no drink in it. And it's a Baron Iron.
My favorite Jocon beer right here. Shinerbach.
Shot of whiskey.
Baron Iron mug.
Cheers, everybody out there. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Cheers,
You're
everybody.
Awesome.
Amazing work. We've got loads more comments to get through. So many. I feel it's like a job now. Thanks, guys. You've made this into a job. We've got from Anything Joe's. Big shout out to the lads at Anything Joe's. What can we expect in terms of updates once the project begins production? That's a really good question. Really good question. What kind of updates are we going to be getting then, guys? Are you going to be completely transparent, or we're not going to hear anything until it's all done?
Well,
hope you can wait till May.
I think I'm going to be reviewing best practices for communications from Kickstarter, but off the top of my head, I would say that I would intend to at a minimum have an update every calendar month, and then hopefully we'll be able to have further updates, because I want to keep you guys abreast of the fun stuff.
Sorry,
we're not
you said breast. Carry on.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna we're gonna leave all the shit part of the work out of it for you guys, because all that stuff about moving slight millimeter, fractions of a millimeter to get proper fit and that kind of stuff is really, really important, but it's not terribly exciting work. But the rest of it is stuff that, I'll absolutely going to be really excited to share with everybody. One thing for me about this, that's so exciting about this for me beyond the obvious is I've been really fascinated with pre-production toys for years now. So, for me to have an opportunity to kind of share the process with everyone else, if that's something that you're interested in, I'm excited about it. I love the process. I love learning all about the 1980s G.I. Joe line and how those guys, how Kirk and Ron and, Guy Cass, all those Hasbro legends went about doing their work. That's all fascinating to me. So it's something that I'm going to be really excited to share.
Yeah, it was hard enough to keep this project under wraps as long as we did. So as we have fun updates, we'll definitely be sharing them, guys. So it's exciting. We're excited as you guys are. So as it progresses, we're going to want to share things. So
thank you for that. Anything Joe's, much appreciated. Keith O'Donnell has asked, any spring-loaded wing missiles that will be added before production?
Ooh, that's controversial, Keith.
Yeah, because my answer is no, Keith. We're not doing spring-loaded missiles. But you probably saw on the actual Kickstarter page that you can actually take the spring-loaded missile launchers from other toy lines, like the G.I. Joe Pursuit of Cobra line, and just put those right on the side of the wings. So it's pretty cool. And
do you want me
Mark's
to
give us a demonstration right there? So right there, that's your 8.1 millimeter hole that's also compatible with G.I. Joe missile launchers from the vehicles. So we've built that in for you, and I look forward to seeing you post pictures of you playing with that. So
everybody at the same time, you need to do that at the exact same moment. Thank you, Keith. Much appreciated. Jesus Correa has said, can you put different poses on the stand? For hashtag Roboskull.
Oh, so as far as you could do all sorts of different wing rotations. You can do the different wing positions, and then additionally, the stand is intended to have at least a 2-position mount position. So you can have it in like straight ahead, or you can have it in ascending mode. Right. So we've got we do have different poses that we want you to be able to use with the flight stand.
They're getting attacked by Roboskull.
I probably bumped that.
That's brilliant. That was brilliant. That's the best. That was so funny. I could see it happening. It was like off one of those.
Yeah,
like
I could see it too. It was
that
pretty
was
good.
brilliant. That was brilliant. Thank you, Jesus. Really appreciate that. I hope I pronounced your name correctly.
So Chris, coming back to the Diaclone stuff, I know you got another question there, but
no, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah,
we got interrupted with the $600,000.
So just for those who haven't seen it, this see the little eye that goes right in there.
There you go.
So yeah, and just for anyone who's not familiar with these things, these just come from these Warder pod ships, right? Which are really cool, right?
Dope.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Like you can take them, you can link them together. Anyways, this was kind of what inspired it. And then the really cool part is inside. I feel like I'm promoting Diaclone, but
anyway, you are. That's okay.
But hey, we really haven't showed our little 1/60th scale guy, right? Look at that.
Look how tiny he is.
Yeah, so and he's so articulated too. Like his little knees and elbows bend. So technically, by putting two of these guys in, you got a pilot and a co-pilot Diaclone in the eyes. So
yeah, and this is all born from like Nick Vreeland and Locke Bisping bringing too many Diaclone toys to AR and having like late night Diaclone reboot. Like discovery time, I guess, for Mark in the hotel room after the show.
My mind was blown.
Okay, Glenn says, how do y'all feel? And I'll put saying it. How do y'all feel about forever being the Roboskull guys? Because you are the Roboskull guys now. That's how we would say it as well. There you go.
Oh, that was
pretty good.
That was a fair impression of Glenn, I think. So.
It was, and can I just say a respectful one, because I do love you, Glenn. You're awesome.
We all love Glenn.
Yeah, bless your heart, Glenn.
But yeah,
how do you feel?
I'll take
you take that. You take that. Mike.
I'll take being the Roboskull guys. There's a lot else we could be. So yeah.
This
is not what I've been calling you the entire time.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, there's worse things to be called. So, yeah. And who knows? Maybe we'll be. We're gonna do the Roboskull, and then maybe we'll be called some other kind of guys later. So.
Future will tell.
Shout out to Carson, 3D Joes. So happy for you, Ben. Screw the rest of us, though. I'm kidding. So happy for you, Ben. It's been fun watching the ramp up and mind-blowing watching the reception.
Oh, hey, Carson. Thanks, man.
Mark, go. There you go, Ben. Go for it.
Carson, that's much appreciated, man. It's been really fun to share this project with you, and thanks so much for the cross promo with the Guy Cassidy art. That was really cool.
Guys, is so
good.
That
was awesome.
Beautiful.
I love Guy so much. Guy's brilliant.
And for everybody watching, Carson's got his own Kickstarter coming up down the road here. So I think that's going to be. I mean, Carson, you give it a plug. It's going to be next year, right? You're going to do your.
Pretty sure it's the Roboskull Mark III he's doing, right?
No. He's going to do his own. He's doing something very different kind of project than what we're doing, because we're using, we're doing everything very modern. We want it updated, very Pursuit of Cobra-esque in everything that we're trying to do, other than the retro figure, of course. Mm-hmm. But Carson's taking it back. He's going real vintage, even as far as to, do things the way that they did them back in the 80s. So, and then he's documenting that. Of course, Carson's an amazing documenter of all things vintage. Go to 3djoes.com if you want to learn more.
There you go. Lovely stuff. Big shout out to Carson, 3D Joes, good friend of the show. And in general, good lad. What else have we got next? We've got, this is an interesting one. Old Nasty says, what kind of accessories will 6-inch Skeletron have?
Old Nasty. I think I know him.
Yeah. Hello, Nasty.
So we've got
Beastie Boys references.
Yes.
Full disclosure. We were singing Intergalactic before we came on. Another dimension. Carry on. Sorry, you were saying.
So we've got Skeletron. He's got, in one hand, he's got his ray gun, and in his other hand, he's got a badass laser sword. So that's something that that I'm really pumped about. And we did give you the preview of a laser sword for the retro figure when we added the Skeletron head, and that's a very vintage-esque version that Troy McKee and John Kukovic designed for that retro figure. For the Skeletron, Marauder figure, it's gonna be like it's gonna be more updated and really like, it's gonna be super badass. But I love the idea of giving Skeletron a laser sword, just because we were thinking about the Roboskull and how just insane it is, being a giant red skull with cannons in its eye holes and just guns all over it, and how, it's really ridiculous at the end of the day. So everything we've been thinking about for this toy is how do we just take it up? How do we crank it up? How do we get crazier, wilder, more awesome? And that's
laser swords.
Laser swords, right? As soon as we thought, it's like, it's got to be laser swords. Yeah. What tops the laser sword? Nothing.
Can I full disclose again and go back to that conversation we were having while we were looking at a design that you guys had done for a laser sword, and we were messing around with it on the screen while I was barking directions as to what it should look like. Yeah. That was a fun day, and that was not that long ago. And look where we are now. This is insane, guys. Insane. Thank you, Old Nasty. Cracking name. Right, before we get into the next questions, sorry guys if there are loads. I know, but you've got to understand there's only so much we can do. So let's have a quick look at what it's doing. 602,953. Wow. Okay. Just wanted a quick check on that, even though everyone's probably already done that about 3 hours ago, but I just wanted to keep us all up to speed there. Next up, Ryan Meltzer. There he is. Hey, just for clarity, will we be able to add the unlocked items in the backer kit?
No, not you. Everyone else will be able to, but
everyone else will accept you, Ryan.
What unlocked items?
Yeah, so just what unlocked items?
There were no stretch goals. It was all a lie.
For clarity, we are as part of the crowdfund, the backer kit is going to have everything that is available on the Kickstarter. So you'll have an opportunity, and I know that's important for a lot of people, especially in the UK. We're going to bed and they're saying, hey, how am I going to get my Skeletron if I'm in bed and then it closes and that kind of thing. So everything's going to be in there. The Kickstarter crowdfund exclusive Roboskull Mark II Special Edition is also going to be in the backer kit. So everything is in the backer kit.
Nice. So you'll be able to make a regretful decision after the fact as well, guys. It's all good.
Yeah. And then that will be the last opportunity to get the special edition Roboskull. Then it'll be gone forever. So
that's good to know. Actually, I wasn't aware of that.
We called it the kicks. It was some of this is like wording too. You can only have so many characters when you describe it in your fields, and so we've been calling it the Kickstarter exclusive. It has been described as the Kickstarter backer kit exclusive in the body of the text the whole time on the Kickstarter. But I could see where there's confusion on that. We probably should have called it just crowdfund or something to make it a little bit more clear. But that has been in the Kickstarter that it would be available in the backer kit. So all of it, you get all of it in the backer kit.
Awesome. We've got this is an interesting one again. Hazy, sorry, I'm grabbing Hazy's again, but what are we getting of glow-in-the-dark features?
So the glow-in-the-dark, we're doing glow-in-the-dark eyes. So every single Roboskull on this Kickstarter is going to have an accessory. And you saw earlier where Mark was putting the Diaclone eyes. He's removing the cannons and putting the Diaclone eyes in the Roboskull eyes. So you're going to get two eyes per Roboskull to glow in the dark.
Yeah, imagine they're basically
one.
Yeah,
just one. It's a Robocycle.
One eye, Willie.
You buy a second for only $49.99. No, that's a joke. You get two glow in the dark eyes per Roboskull on the Kickstarter, and then also we're going to do a full decal set. And so there's going to be glow in the dark stickers you can put on to customize it. And we showed just a few of those because we were just running from stretch goal to stretch goal. But we envision this as having, your Red Shadows logo that you saw on our little badge when we put up that glow in the dark unlock, some little round glow in the dark stickers that are kind of throwback. And then we had a really cool, this is a fun fact that nobody's talked about. But if you look at the glow in the dark badge where we showed like the Red Shadows logos and some dots, there was like a biohazard kind of a logo on it. That's actually a nod to the almost happened SK Omega line. So shout out to Chris Murray, who was part of the SK Omega project with Jeff, and he got me. I asked him for it, and he actually gave me an SK Omega logo for Virus, is what it was called back then.
Nice.
So I put that on. I quick put that on. So that will be included with the glow in the dark decal set. So you're going to get some fun Biohazard Virus SK Omega throwback decal action with that as well. And then we're going to do some other stuff. We're probably going to have some numbering on there so you can number your Roboskulls and just have fun with that decal set. So actually, if you guys have ideas for decals you'd like to see that are glow in the dark decals, send them our way, because we would love to we're
just going to get 400 comments now that I have to speak about.
Yeah. And Chris, if you could stay on and read every one of those ideas to us tonight, that would be really great.
I am putting this one up though. This is a beauty. From Kenny. Do I have to mud wrestle our host to get a funky color first shot Roboskull? Well, if you're talking about me, then yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
will.
Non-negotiable.
I'd pay for that.
I'll put this out there. I will definitely, if you're willing, Kenny, I'll say this right now on the record. If you are willing to mud wrestle, and Chris is willing to mud wrestle, okay?
Why am I willing to do this?
I will give the winner of that mud wrestling competition a raffle ticket to get a funky color test shot. How about that?
I like those odds. I've had worse odds and still failed. But yeah, I think Kenny would probably, he's got so much experience in the mud wrestling realm, so it's just not fair.
That's true.
Anyway,
that's why he's bringing it. That's why he's bringing it up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's his world.
It's his jam.
Yeah. Don't step in that ring, Chris.
This is from David Mooncraft, who said,
I just had a vision of a training montage of Chris getting ready for his mud wrestling.
I'm already thinking about what I'm going to be doing for it. Yeah. David says, I can't wait to see pictures of people playing with their holes. And you're absolutely right, David. Who wouldn't be interested in that?
Yep.
Cheers, David. Cheers.
People are talking. Well, okay. Asherman55 says, how about offer of silver and gold for those backers to buy during production? Super shiny, of course. That would be quite fun. There are so many comments. This is crazy.
I like it shiny, you guys. I'm not, it's
Hey, JT's got a good question here.
Hold on here.
I'm about to click on this one.
Yeah.
Will the carded figures be
I do like it shiny.
Ooh, there, that is. Look at the chrome. Look at that. I love
Silver
that
then.
comment.
It's silver. Or gold if you're in Australia.
JT says, will the carded figures be designed to look like the original Palatoys or Hasbro G.I. Joe or completely original? Any chance for a preview of the look?
So they will be designed to be completely original. Completely original with, sort of the vibe that we want to go for. So, we're going to have probably a good little retro, kind of the vibe that we've been showing, a little retro, a little new, a little old, kind of mixed in with our own style, but they won't be, they certainly will not be, any kind of how would you call that? They're not going to be a real close, homage to the Palatoy cards, or their Real American Hero cards. They will be sized the same. So we really want that 6x9 card so that it really fits in your collection for people that like carded figures, and then can also go in a nice case, a nice standard case when you put it in like a star case or I like that. I like those acrylic cases now, man. Those are nice. Those are I really like those. So that's the plan. So the sizing will be the same, but the design will be different and original and super awesome, beautiful, even beautifully carded. and then as far as a preview for the look, I certainly think we'll be given previews. I don't have a preview for you right now. We've got a lot of work to do on the packaging, quite honestly. So there's a lot of now that we've sort of got this whole collection that we put together and unlocked. We'll be kind of revisiting the packaging and working with some really talented people to make sure that the packaging art is 100% on point. And that goes beyond the art itself, just that the visually the graphics are exceptional.
Awesome. Thank you, JT. Much appreciated with your comment. Deadpan Fran says, will the Marauder Skeletron have a hinged jaw? Now, that's a question.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Is it a good question with no answer because we're not
I'm gonna
say yet?
Yeah, you'll have to wait and see, Deadpan Fran.
Amazing.
Currently in Proctor Studios.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, Dave Proctor. Now, there's a guy to have in a situation like this. How much work has he got to do now, Ben?
Dave's one of the busiest people, I think, in the world right now with everything he has going on. Dave wears a lot of hats. You know, Dave is in Hong Kong and he is responsible for production.
Just imagine him wearing a load of hats. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, Dave, can you, while you're doing all this, you know, making toys for everyone in the entire industry, can you quick sculpt me up something quick, please? Because we don't have any time.
Hurry up.
And by the way, it has to be amazing or else, Dave. Or else. That's how I talk to him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's horrible. You're horrible today. Thank you very much, Deadpan Fran. Hulk Smash says, will you be making more Roboskulls over the ones pledged for? That's an interesting question.
Yeah, so for the special edition, no, we're gonna make the ones that need to be made for the special edition. So those will be very limited. I think it's likely that we're gonna have some kind of Roboskull available in the future after the Kickstarter is fulfilled, but we don't have any concrete plans. So I always hate to say something specific until I know for certain the way it's going down. I would expect that we will be making Roboskulls after we fulfill this. Yes, I believe we will be.
Thank you, Hulk Smash. Eli Shawley says, do you guys have any plans to make more Palatoy vehicles or figures?
No, I mean, not Palatoy specifically, but I think I do know the angle you're going for there, Eli. And I guess I'll say this, talking with Bob Breakin about what he's excited about what could be next, and that
he didn't even put forward the Triad Fighter in our interview.
He might have thrown out some ideas. So we definitely are interested in doing all new designs that homage and pay tribute to 80s things that we love. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Eli. And Carson has commented here. This is I suppose, the details of what he's going to be working on. I thought I'd flash that up. Collecting the Art of G.I. Joe Omnibus hardcover, followed by Operation Recall. Very cool stuff there from Carson.
Yeah. So I forgot to mention his hardcover. I've got lots of cool books from Carson. And 3D Joes, but what I was referring to was the follow-up that he's saying there, Operation Recall.
Yeah,
which you got to check that out because that's going to be a super fun, kind of adventure into recreating O-ring figures. So check that out.
Sorry, I have to read through the questions before I post them. Just
I think we need a quick live check, Chris. Where are we at right now?
Thank you. Thank you for saving my life there. And let's get rid of Carson on screen as well. Thanks, Carson. Much appreciated, buddy. 606238. Man. Unbelievable. Troy McKee says, read faster. Thank you, Troy. Much appreciated. Troy, of course, obviously involved in the project. Do you want to talk about? Let's put his comment up there. There you go. Do you want to talk about Troy as part in this, Ben?
Oh yeah, Troy's awesome. Troy has done a lot of work behind the scenes for us throughout the process. He did a lot of the drawings when we were getting things ready. Troy's got great experience doing work for Marauder. So like if you've looked at the Marauder and done any of the Marauder Kickstarters, those drawings are they might all be Troy's, but if they're not 100% Troy's drawings, they're almost all Troy's drawings. So Troy helped us out with a lot of the art and prep work. And then he's the kind of guy that would, at the drop of a hat, I just call him.
The drop of any of Dave Proctor's hats that he's wearing.
Yeah. So like let's say, for example, I get something from someone like Dave at the very last second, and I want it up online in 15 minutes. Then I call Troy, and Troy helps me out. He breaks it down into layered files, And
Troy
then gives
has
it
mad Photoshop skills.
mad skills. And then he even will give it to me in a layered file so that I can actually tweak it myself. Because when
So
I
you've
try
been
to do that
cheating
kind of
this
stuff,
whole time. You've been cheating this whole time.
Oh,
then.
yeah.
That's what.
oh yeah. But he knows what he's the thing about Troy. He knows the way I want it. So he just gives it. He just was like, here you go, Ben. This is exactly the way you want it.
Start coloring.
And then I can color on it, and it's fun.
Dave Proctor's not the only man of many hats, by the way.
Wow.
Right.
So and so Troy's been an awesome partner. He and John worked on that retro figure, and I've said this elsewhere, but I'll say it again. With all the refinement that we did on all of these products, lots of design refinement, lots of changes. I'm very, very particular on how I want things to look at the end of the day. And the one thing that I just saw for the first time and said, "Oh my God, that's perfect," was when John and Troy presented the retro O-ring figure. I mean, the first time I saw it, I was just like, "Oh my God, it's perfect."
Yep,
And
Troy nailed it.
He nailed it. So good job.
That was
And,
at assembly.
and John, I got to throw John in
And
there
John
too.
too,
Yeah.
yeah.
So those guys have been great.
That was at assembly required as well, wasn't it? On show there, right?
Yes, they were at assembly required. Yeah, showing off some of their call sign longbow stuff. So they got
a Kickstarter coming.
They've got a Kickstarter coming up next year too.
Yeah.
So I hear.
I'm pretty sure you've sucked all the Kickstarter energy away from everything in the universe right now.
I think there's a lot to go. I feel like there's a lot of Kickstarter energy to go around.
Yeah. Well, there would have been had you not done that.
Just setting the stage.
241. With 18 minutes to go, guys. Yes, we're going to be here for that entire 18 minutes and a little bit longer because I've got to read all these bloody comments. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. This is a quick one. Kenny says 700k unlock skin mask accessories for the Roboskull.
That's weird.
It does. Yeah.
Sorry, Kenny. Get lost. I'm kidding. That's amazing. JT has asked this question, and I know you've got a proper answer for this because it's already out there. So, have you decided who is doing the box and/or card art? Yes, they have. Take it away, guys.
Yeah. So so Ian Kennedy is doing the packaging art for the Roboskull itself, which is on our Kickstarter. A beautiful painting by Ian Kennedy. And it may have gotten lost, but I did an interview with Mark Seaton and Ian Kennedy a while back during the Kickstarter, where I sprung it on Ian that I would like him to do some additional portrait art for Blood Wolf and Weasel Pilot. So Ian has agreed to do that as well, and that will be part of the Roboskull packaging. So that's Ian. And then our other big announcement, which I am just ridiculously excited about, is that we have heavy metal legend Ken Kelly on board to do additional packaging art for us. So he is going to, and here's a just a concept art he did of Blood Wolf, which is just stunning here that Chris has put up. But Ken Kelly is amazing. He studied under Frank Frazetta. He is the painter for, he did the one of the most iconic album covers of all time, the Kiss Destroyer album in 1976, I think it was. He did the Micronauts art in the late 70s, the packaging art that is still just amazing.
And then he also jumped on the SDCC Micronauts after that.
They brought him back for that, which is super cool. And
I think that was a Daryl DePriest move, by the way. So good
on you,
Daryl.
Whoever that was, genius. Nice
shout out
Daryl.
to Daryl there, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
He'll message me and tell me that wasn't the case, and I've got to make a correction.
We're just, you know what, Daryl, you should take the credit, Daryl. You deserve it. And then, but the reason I actually know the reason I was thinking about Ken Kelly is I was thinking about how metal this project was, and I thought about my favorite metal band growing up, and honestly, still my favorite metal band, and that's Manowar. And my favorite album covers from my favorite metal band were, I found out, were painted by Ken Kelly, and so it all sort of just came together. And I'm just over the moon that that someone that crosses sci-fi, fantasy, heavy metal at my favorite heavy metal album covers is going to be doing the art for this. And he's such a legend, and he's a great guy. I mean, just so great to talk to. He's the nicest guy. He's so pumped. when we went live with this project, he actually called me. He's like, "Man, this is so awesome! Like, I gotta do this, man. I gotta do this." I was like, "Yeah, man, you're doing it." And so he's going to be doing the Wolf Trooper packaging art, and now he's going to be doing the Skeletron packaging art as well. So we've got some really awesome art. I mean, and I love art. I get really excited about the art, but I honestly, in my wildest dreams, can't imagine a better combination of people than Ian and Kelly to do packaging art for anything. So it's a dream. It's like come true for me.
It's like you went Roboskull, Legends. Who are the legends attached to all of this kind of this style and this feel and the actual Roboskull itself? And you literally got everyone involved originally into it, which is incredible. Like, so yeah, it's just great. It's just, and I'm really talking, Bob obviously was the originator. Let's give him the props there. But to get him on as a consultant as well, and then also Kennedy on box art, Kelly on card art. Oh, it's just insane. It's like I'm gonna wake up soon and this is all a dream. It was all a dream. Like read Word Up magazine. Anyway, Scott's
beautifully carded, Chris. Beautifully carded.
Thank you.
Yeah.
JT, thank you for your beautifully carded question. Scott Jennings has said, what was the one unlock that had you most excited to unlock? Thank you, Scott. Nice to see you.
That's a good question. What do you think, Mark?
Oh, man. My first one was the Robo Knight armor until we reached the point where we realized we could get to a 6-inch Skeletron. And then it was like, that was the one for me. I was really excited to get the Skeletron up and running. So,
and you only just made it as well, really, didn't you? Let's face it.
Yes, barely.
By the thought it was going to be just barely.
By the skin of the mask that Kenny wants to put on a Roboskull.
Yeah, we're going to have to start coming up with some interesting trading cards here as we keep getting up.
I got to be okay. Honestly, the most fun one for me, the most fun unlock for me is the Robo Knight armor because Mark was so geeked. You guys have no idea how geeked out
I was so excited.
He was so pumped. Yeah. It was adorable how excited he was.
Can we also talk about Mark here for a second? How incredible, like some of the work you have done on this particular project has been outstanding. And as honestly, like I kid you not, when you first sent me the concepts, and it was like a week after you just started using the software, I was like, hang about. Like, that's not right.
Well, but it's funny though, because now I look back on that and just like, it's like, oh man. But it's part of the creative process, right? As you learn and
you make me sick. You make me sick. You're a horrible human being, and I hate you. I'm just kidding. You're great.
You're on to him, Chris.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, honestly, we don't have time. We don't have time to talk about how great Mark is. Like this, it would take too long with all these.
Let's move on.
Moving on.
Moving on. No one cares about Mark. That's not true. That's not true. Colin Betts has said, apologies. That's okay, Colin. If this has been asked, but did you consider stretch goals beyond 6-inch Skeletron? Now it might have been asked, but I certainly didn't read it yet. So guys, have you considered, or did you consider anything after that?
How much time do we have left?
We have loads of time. Loads of time.
No, I mean, just kidding. We thought about a lot of different things, but we didn't know. We're like, this is as far as we can take this for this project. And we also wanted to. We couldn't get too. We couldn't take it out forever because we also want to be in a position where we can fulfill on the timeline that we put at the onset of the project too. So that's also a consideration. It became more and more financial. I mean, I'll be just candid. It becomes more and more financially difficult as you continue to unlock this stuff. I mean, everybody is getting a screaming deal on this. So I hope, which we feel good about. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're excited about it, and because I think we want everybody to get a screaming deal because I think that's a fair trade for. You guys putting your money up front to help make us happen, help this happen. And so it's good. It's pure win for everybody. But no, we didn't, this was it. I mean, we only had 6. So like, did we think about past 13? Like we didn't really actually think about it past 6 at first. And and then we added 7 more after we blew through those. So so that was the Lucky 13 was the end of the road, except for then we added that secret one. We added more in between. So like, I guess we did add. Okay, so how about this? We did think about stretch goals beyond beyond the 6-inch, but then we just squeezed them in
anyway.
You guys could get them earlier. I mean, you're welcome, right?
We'll just sprinkle in a couple here.
I mean, there's geez, you then like I think we're getting good stuff here, guys. Like in general, in any way. So I'm happy. I think everyone else is very happy at. Let's just thank you, Colin. 608-951 with 10 minutes to go. Okay, it's all like let's face it. It was already a screaming success before it hit them in the last stretch goal. It's now beyond anyone's imagination right now. And I couldn't be happier for everyone involved, including you guys. Like, well done. It's amazing. Now we've got this little question through here. This is an interesting one. Aberration. Does the 4-inch or 6-inch Wolf Trooper have a face under his helmet?
Mark?
Literally.
Yes, it does. Yep. Each one of the figures, every single figure has a removable helmet. So
except Skeletron, who doesn't come with a helmet.
Correct. So
he is a helmet. So
helmet. Yeah.
It's all in one with that guy.
Yeah. That means something different in British. I didn't.
No, so yeah, both the 4-inch and the 6-inch that applies to as well. So, so it'll be a head that has like a, sort of a.
Was it the clown?
It'll be kind of a masked look. A little bit of tech on it though. It'll be super cool. Yeah, very, very cool.
Ooh, this is a good question. Thank you.
One thing I'll say about that is you can actually check out the retro version of that head on the retro figure.
Yep.
Because we did, when I say we, I mean Troy and John Kukovic at Grindstone Toys actually did the work of, they retroized everything that we were working on. So you can see the helmet off and the Skeletron retro head and the retro Trooper head under the helmet on that retro figure on our Kickstarter right now.
This is a good question from Lord Tao. Any chance of post-Kickstarter interviews with the other collaborators on the cards? Now, it's probably actually a question for me, isn't it? Am I going to be doing interviews? Yeah. But anyway, guys, that's probably a good idea, isn't it? We should probably get like, I don't know, Dave on and do a little chat about what he's doing. But yeah, I think that's definitely on the cards, isn't it? Not just Dave, but other collaborators. Yeah. Obviously, we've got like...
I haven't even booked them yet, Chris. Come on, let's go.
Grindstone. We've got... Who else is involved? There's loads. I mean, obviously, you've spoken to Ian Kennedy, we spoke to Bob, but we can definitely do more.
And Alex Wu.
Alex Wu,
of course, yes.
Tremendous concept designer, tremendous designer overall, just a genius.
And Paddy and Brian. Paddy and Brian before we get Paddy and Brian, because we've got a total friggin' Roboskull book coming out. How amazing is that?
That's exciting. Yeah, I know we're all really excited about the art. Like Ben said, the art's been one of the best parts of this project, and to get all that into one collection, really excited about that.
Absolutely,
we're putting all the art in there. We got room.
No, it's going to be a very substantial book. I don't think people are quite aware of just how much has gone into this concept. Like, not even just concept, but like actual art that's been produced for this thing is insane. That you're posting all the time. We've got some of it behind us on screen at the moment, courtesy of John Jett, Guy Cassaday, Tom Mahoney. There's more. There's so much more that I can't think off the top of my head. But anyway.
That JF LeMay video that I could watch over and over again.
My word. There's so many cool things attached to this. Yes, Lord Tao, we will definitely be talking to everyone involved.
Jason Scoble has a nice piece we put on Instagram.
Yes.
He's a great guy. Shout out to Jason.
Yeah.
But a lot of artists. Yeah.
And David's...
And then I think you should definitely get, if you can get MJ on, get Marauder John on here too, talk about, he's got, not only could he talk about, the collaboration with us at Skeletron, but that guy's got all kinds of business going on all the time. So he's such a great guy.
He's got business going on all the time.
All the time.
David, I thought I'd post another one of your questions. At this time, this one is a bit more, family friendly. Do you guys have a relationship with the factory already? I'm assuming that's one of the advantages of having Dave on board.
Yeah, that's correct. So at the onset of this, even to move it forward from just from an idea to actually getting to work on it, that was a piece that that I wanted to have secured. And fortunately, Dave was willing to partner with us and make sure that piece was in place, because it's such a critical part of a project. And quite frankly, I wasn't going to go down the path if I didn't have a person overseas that I knew and trusted to make sure that the job was going to get done right. And thankfully, so many of us in this industry have been able to rely on Dave Proctor to make that happen and to get quality product and have that assurance and that confidence. And that was absolutely crucial for me to even to take this project from concept and to start getting serious about it and moving forward. So yes, we have a relationship with the factory.
Long answer, but yes is the answer, basically, David.
Yes.
Again, that could have been just a yes, really, Ben. Jesus, I'm just kidding. That's
whatever.
I'm just being
I'm a talker.
Hit Figures Reviews and More has said, will the packaging be resealable? Maybe something close to what Hacks does. I'd hate to mess up that beautiful packaging.
Oh, I like his angle. So this question has been asked, and this question has been asked during the Kickstarter, and my answer was that that I do not. We haven't made that determination. But that if it's important for you to have resealable, plan for it not to be, because I didn't want to commit either way, because we haven't made a final decision. And that's true now as well. It has not been decided, but I will tell you that I'm leaning heavily towards not having the packages resealable. And one of the reasons, again, just as a collector, for me, is when I buy something at, I was just at a convention last weekend. I love going to conventions, but how do you know if you have the right stuff, even in the packaging, if it's resealable? That's a real problem. So that's for me, a hurdle I have to get past. And I've had conversations with the factory about it. And perhaps there's a way where we could do a resealable package, but it's got some sort of seal break on it.
Yeah.
So that people can know, because I know if I buy something at a convention or if I get something on eBay, I want to know I have the right pieces there. And that's becoming, I think, increasingly more important as everyone is 3D printing and reproduction stuff is everywhere. And I don't want to have to, I'm not that detail oriented. I just want to know it's all there. I don't want to have to go and inspect it and look at the package. That's not my style. Shout out to guys like Brian Kaufman who can, do that kind of work, but that's not me. So that's where I'm at. Just real open about where my mind is, and how I think about it. And so it's undecided, but I certainly want to have the ability to have some kind of seal on the product.
I mean, if it's a boxed item, that's going to be quite an easy thing, isn't it? It's just going to be you open the box, you close the box, that's
So
okay,
yeah,
sorry,
100%.
I'm just going to thank you, Hit Figures Reviews and More, but now we're gonna just have a little break in play because we are coming to the end. Look, it's just ticked over to the seconds. Man, that was good timing. So we're going to sit here for the remainder of 100 seconds in silence until it goes over.
It's like a New Year's countdown.
Yeah, it feels like we're dropping
We're not really going to do the silence thing.
No.
So, wow. 1,500. I didn't see this. We had 1,500, over 1,500 backers. That's insane
incredible
to me. So, wow. Thanks everyone. Thanks 1,500 people for getting behind this project. We are so appreciative. This has just been, it's been amazing. It's been so much fun.
1 week ago.
Since we broke all the stretch goals. Oh, look at this, 70 seconds. It all comes down to this, guys. And it's still going up, 608, 770.
Well, we were at 60. There's some adjusting. There's some
cold feet.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah.
And they're back.
609 back in the game. That was an adjusted pledge. That was an adjusted pledge right there. Whoever that was, thank you. Yeah. No, this is incredible. 45 seconds, lads. We've waited a long time for this. Let's go back all that way to that first phone call, Ben. Like we were discussing this as an idea, as a concept. 30 seconds left, and it's going to be a reality on a pretty large scale. Give me some emotions, guys. What are you feeling right now as we got 20 seconds?
I'm just elated. It's a bit surreal, to be honest, to be doing this, to be doing this live cast with you, Chris, to have so many people on board watching us live right now. As we count down.
A lot of
people. It's surreal.
6, 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Boom! Oh, we even got the fireworks.
Wow, nice.
That's amazing.
Skeletron.
Amazing stuff. That was fun. Oh my god. Right, see you then, guys. Take care. Bye. We're gonna stick around. We're gonna answer some more questions, obviously. But
yeah,
guys,
so I've got all night. I've got all night. So Chris, as long as this is entertaining for you, we'll
make
keep
5-6 more minutes.
Yeah.
All right, I got it. Okay, the final amount 609,705.
Unbelievable.
That's a nice amount, and 1,500 backers. I just
Unreal.
can't.
Yeah.
I got to tell everybody that's watching, when we started when we started thinking about trajectories and viability, I'm thinking, this is a niche product. It's
the
nichiest. We need 4 to 5. We really got to have 4. I would need 4 to 500 backers to make this viable on any level. So,
sorry, I'm laughing because when you said that, I was at the time when we were talking about this, I'm like, I really hope it can stretch to that far. I really hope we can stretch to that many backers.
Wow. So, and hey, you know what? This is a beautiful thing about Kickstarter too, is that it really becomes a community. It's such an opportunity to engage with the community and for the community to get behind a project. So thank you everybody. Thanks everyone who's saying congratulations. Congratulations and thank you guys both right back at you. We feel the love and we would like to extend that love back to you guys. We put it into the product. I know you guys feel it and thank you. And what is this, Tom? Come on.
I had to price that from Tom. More like Robo Dull won't even get funded. Watch. Correct. We lost
$10,000 in pledges when we put up the Thomas O'Mahony art on Instagram. Did you know that?
It was
Chris?
instant.
It was just like just killing.
Phil says
we battled back.
Phil says, why won't the Roboskull fit my 12-inch Joes? I'm literally just putting all the nasty comments up here now.
Yay.
You won't see this on a Hasbro.
Where are your 12-inch Joes, Phil, and why do you have them? No, I'm just kidding. We love all size dolls.
No, we don't. No, I'm kidding. We do. We love all of them.
I think we do want. We're going to get a 12-inch. I don't have a 12-inch. I do, but I didn't try this out. But we were thinking we could have a 12-inch figure ride on the top of the Roboskull, kind of like Green Goblin or Hobgoblin on its, on the air skiff thing. That kind of
deal. Make it work.
We can make it work. We'll figure it out, Phil. Don't worry.
Doesn't Kate have like a 12-inch scale one, Chris?
Yes, she has. And that is in the UK, unfortunately. So
mistakes.
Apologies. I tell you what, I managed to steal that, didn't I? Got that in my possession.
Yeah.
Eli says, would you be willing to put a retro style head with either 4-inch or 6-inch Skeletron?
We could do some fun things, I think, for all these combinations. I think that, again, from a designer standpoint, I think that when you got the super modern design of the Skeletron, does a super retro head kind of fit with that? I don't know. Mm-hmm. But we'll certainly be looking at different designs and thinking about different ways to use, especially down the road. Once we have this fulfilled, we're going to be looking at all kinds of different ways to use the tooling that we've built up to do more cool stuff.
Bruce says, any plans to offer t-shirts? Well, you can get t-shirts. You can get the Skeletron t-shirts. I would say go to the links in the description.
This beauty right there.
Yeah, so there's so you can get either one of these shirts at TeePublic, and probably the easiest way to get that link is if you go to Skeletron.com. At Skeletron.com, there's links to the Kickstarter, to TeePublic, our t-shirts.
Also,
Facebook,
any of the videos that the Full Force have done with Skeletron for Roboskull, Bob Breakin's interview, anything like that, any weekly episode we've done, it's always in the links in there, so you can just check that out as well. Any of our videos, not this one at the moment though, because it's a live video, and I didn't do my due diligence and put it all in the the description. Anyway,
yeah, I gotta give Chris a shout out for that. If you guys look at his show notes, and he hyperlinks everything. You need a link, it's there. Check it out.
Even for stuff that's not even on the show. Exocet Panda says, hi guys from UK, changed my special edition to an all-in tonight and really pleased. Love the campaign. This will go great with my original Roboskull. Thank you, Exocet Panda. Guys, how do you feel about comments like that?
Love that.
Especially coming from the UK, it's a big deal to make sure that, folks over in the UK really appreciate what we're doing. So that, very humbled by that, really appreciate it.
Shout out to my main man, Patrick, not Picard Stewart, who says Ken Kelly is a perfect fit for this project. Correct.
Yeah,
that's correct, Patrick.
That's all Ben too. Ben lined that up, man. That was a great one.
I told Patrick about that I talked to Patrick about this at Assembly Required last weekend, and he immediately goes, "Oh, Micronauts." Like he knew exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, we love you, Pat.
Pat's on point. He knows his stuff.
John Koreans. There you go. Look at that. He's done it for us. He's done all of our jobs for us. Thank you,
thanks,
John.
Thanks, John.
That's nice to do that after I sent him the link like an hour and a half ago. I think he bought a t-shirt. So thanks for buying the t-shirt, John.
Yeah. I saw that.
Oh, and I'll tell you how late I am with these comments. Phil says, pretty sure it was Daryl. And I'm pretty sure that was about 20 minutes ago. So apologies, I'm so far behind here. Okay, well, again, this has kind of been asked already. This has kind of been answered already, Chaz. But yes, you will be able to buy more figures at a later time. The later time, though, will probably be the backer kit. Guys, what about figures after the fact, after the backer kit? Is there going to be options to get these figures after the fact?
We hope so. I mean, that we think so, but again, we don't have any distribution. We haven't even begun talking to people about distribution, honestly. So I've been fortunate. Multiple people have reached out to us about distribution, and I told them that I need to stay focused on getting this Kickstarter done, and there'll be plenty of time to get that sorted after we get the primary order of business, which is getting this Kickstarter done and then getting all these toys made for all of our backers. So. All in good time.
Awesome. That kind of answers that from Exocet
Panda. We're going to do
the similar question from Exocet Panda there. Asking for stuff after the fact there. Yeah. So that kind of goes on.
Yeah.
Okay. Ryan Sweeney. Hi, Ryan. Another patron of our show of the Full Force. Thank you, Ryan. Will some of the packaging art and the art we have seen be included in the hardcover book?
Yeah, I think all of it's going to make it. I mean, I think everything that you've seen is going to be able to go in the book.
Except Thomas's.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on Tom's behavior, I think. I mean, if he straightens out, if he can straighten himself out, then his stuff we'll throw him a bone and put it in there. But otherwise, no.
This is an important question from Dog Talk TV. Assuming backer kit pricing will be same as they are on the Kickstarter, or will items be more expensive?
So for the backer kit, the individual item prices will be the same. So for an item for item, the prices will be the same. I don't know if we will offer any sort of all-in type of package. Again, on the backer kit, that hasn't been determined. The items will be there to purchase. We're going to be taking a look at that to see if there's any kind of further bundling that we might be able to do. But we certainly, certainly the items, on the individual item level, the pricing will be the same. that you saw on the Kickstarter.
A lot of thank you, Drug Talk Television. Also, we've got this Bones, the PhD candidate, but also there are many other people talking about this as well, about cards. And any chance we can get signed cards of the team? Would love to have them framed up with my Roboskull. And we've got other people saying things like, great idea. And then this one from Keith saying Ian Kennedy or Ken Kelly signed cards would be pretty cool. And then Kenny's gone a bit too far and said, yeah, sign 1,200 autographs. So what do you think about that as a
I love that idea. And we were actually talking about something a little bit different where I haven't posted this and haven't talked about it. So you guys are watching going to hear this for the first time. But we wanted to have some artist sketch cards that we would sort of randomly sneak in there, so you could get a chance to get an original sketch card from different artists for the Roboskull. So that's a fun thing.
Or a golden ticket. Who knows? Just kidding.
Yeah, so a Wonka bar, maybe a golden ticket.
Why not?
And
did you call me? Oh, right. Sorry, you said Wonka bar, didn't you? Sorry, that's good. Carry on.
So right along those same lines, though, some signed cards would be really cool. So that's something we'll definitely take a look at. I think it's a great idea.
Here's a good one from Keith. We need a Robocon.
I mean, if we could get all 1,500 people to show up, that'd
be an all right show.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty good show.
Come to Minnesota, Robocon.
The 15-figure 6-inch box set would be pretty insane, though, wouldn't it? And you'd have to get that done in a year. Can you do that?
No.
Easy. Like I've caught up to the bit where people are saying like 4 minutes to go. So I'm getting there, guys.
You're getting close. You're getting there.
Okay, are there any this is a good one from David T. Hi David, another big fan of the show. Great to have you on again.
Hey David, I just met David officially at AR this year.
Sorry David, sorry I wasn't able to go, mate. Would have been great to chat with you. I know Pat mentioned that he spoke to you loads as well, so another big, again, a big supporter and patron of our show as well. Are there any possibilities of various colors like the Skeletor or any other cool ideas?
So
you're gonna show the channel.
I don't know.
We like the idea of doing different colors. We love that idea, but nothing's been decided. So we'll see what the future. We're gonna have an opportunity now to see, really kind of tally up our counts that we've sold, see what our backer kit looks like, see what the future. So we'll have some, we'll continue to get a better sense of what we think the market can bear as far as cool variations and that sort of thing. So we definitely want the products that we produce to have, to have a lot of appeal, and so far so good. So hopefully we can keep that going with some change up the color decos and do that kind of thing would be great.
Awesome. Tiger Force. John Jett, the man responsible for the artwork on this very stream today behind us.
John, that's been my phone background image. So, well, thank you for that.
Amazing. Yes, John, love that art, mate. Beautiful stuff. And thank you as well. Congratulations to Ben and Mark and everyone involved. 100%. It has been a great job.
So I gave John a quick call tonight, and I said, "Hey, John, can you get me a mock-up of a trading card in like 3 minutes or less for the Kickstarter?"
and he said,
like, "Can I have 10 minutes?" And I was like, "That'd be cool."
I really need it now.
So, John,
I needed awesome. You to have worked on this before I asked for it. So yeah. I know how you operate. Cool. Mark's told me all about how you run a business, Ben. This is a fun comment from Pat, actually. It is the opposite of watching an eBay auction end. I already know I have one, and I hope the dollars go up as much as possible.
That's a good one. I love that. You gotta remember that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's classic. That's classic. Hey, I see a post here from Glenn Winkler. If you pop that up.
1041, Chris.
1041. Oh, you need 1041.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go. I've been getting well ahead of the game.
Okay. That's brand. Yeah, you're not quite that far ahead yet, are you?
I'm well ahead. 1041. Bloody hell! Sorry about this, guys. In the meantime, I will sing this melody. No, I'm not going to do that. 1041. Where are you, Glenn? Glenn, what did he say?
Glenn said, Gary Head would be very proud of y'all. He loved the Roboskull. I believe his ghost blessed the project.
Oh.
So thanks for the comment, Glenn. Thought a lot about Gary doing this project. Thought a lot about Gary. I mean, during this project, before this project, we think about Gary a lot. So Glenn had actually made the comment to me a while back that he felt like Gary had possessed me into doing this project. And I told Glenn, I said, I felt the same way actually at that time. So, we missed Gary at AR again this year. And he's just one of those guys that will never, the hobby hasn't been the same since he showed up, and it hasn't been the same since he left. So definitely Gary's a huge important part for me personally of why why I remain in the hobby. He pulled me really deeply into this rabbit hole in a very short period of time. I actually didn't have the opportunity to know him for very long at all, but he took me for a hell of a wild ride and got me into pre-production, and was actually one of the first people I met at AR. And I know he was deeply impactful to a lot of people in the community. Yeah, Gary, you weirdo. Thanks for doing this to us.
And just as you finish, I find the comment. So thank you, Glenn. That's a lovely thing to say. For those of you watching who don't know who Gary Head was, Gary was a huge figure in the G.I. Joe community for many years, and was kind of like at the forefront of all of the, all of the kind of real deep kind of information gathering, and he was just like such a great kind of, like a figurehead in the fandom. And he has been sorely missed ever since he passed away. For those of you that just aren't aware, which I probably won't be many of you on this stream, but for those that aren't aware, lovely words as well, Ben. Absolutely. By the way, when you said 1041, you meant 1141 because I'm on the East Coast, and that's why I was spent about an hour looking for that comment. But it means I've missed loads of people out, which is great. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. We don't know. Well, I don't know what we can. I just like the comment. So Jay Caravullias has said the Roboskull made an appearance on the cover of G.I. Joe 189. Is there a possibility the Mark II might make an appearance at some point?
Ooh, wouldn't that be cool?
I mean, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Well, if anybody over there is listening, Hasbro's listening, we love collaborations. We love to work with great people. So if there were ever an opportunity, we would certainly welcome it, and we would welcome that conversation.
100%. This is a great comment from Phil. My bank just texting me if I made a transaction with Decos. I imagine a lot of people have got.
There's a lot of those going through tonight. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Off at Wells Fargo.
I think I've actually got to the end of the comments as well. Okay. I think I'm caught up. So from now on, guys, if you want some questions in there, if you've got some questions for us, keep them coming, and I should be able to kind of catch up. Now, apologies if I've missed a lot of stuff. If I've missed one of your questions, throw it in again.
I like Chaz the Gurus. He said, my wife hasn't found out I went all in. Do any of you know a good divorce lawyer? I'm sure there's a lot of those questions going.
Yeah, there's going to be quite a few, I imagine. Yeah. I can't read Lord Tao. That question you just asked me, I can't really kind of comment on it, unfortunately. We can't even really speculate on it. But he's asking us what Lenny from Hasbro thinks of this. But we don't know, and we can't say anyway. So, thanks for the question. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't just chopping you out and saying no, we're not going to put that up on the screen. But
hey, shout out to Lenny over at Hasbro and that whole
shout
team.
Out to Lenny.
Yeah, wow, what an amazing that classified line is so good. It's really kick ass, and by all accounts, just a great dude all around too. So
yeah, it's funny. We're sitting.
Nice job, man.
Yeah, we're sitting at Nerd and Out Con a couple weeks ago. And we have our PulseCon going on too because we're trying to get figures. So
I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, like, and what is really awesome about this project that you guys have done is the fact that all of those figures can interact with it, and it's not even. I mean, you've been posting images all month pretty much of different like size figures, different lines, from Marvel Legends to Black Series to classified, and then obviously Marauder 4-inch, Pursuit of Cobra figures, all sorts of different kind of figures can like operate within this. So it's one of those things. I think one of the reasons why it's been so broadly accepted is because everyone's got something to kind of work with it.
Yeah, I mean that was a big part of and I feel like that came through in over the course of the campaign, that we wanted it to be sort of this idea that Roboskull is for everyone, right? It's for O-ring collectors, 4-inch collectors, 6-inch collectors. It's for collectors of other lines. It can exist in all universes. And a lot of fun with Glenn Winkler on the line here, talking about his Gleniverse and how the Roboskull can fit into all these different toy universes. But we really wanted to have just a fun toy that you could put all your toys in the sandbox together with it and have fun. So and then there's the practical matter too of just it's not a bad idea to have a product that has a lot of appeal to a lot of different types of collectors, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And then expanding beyond that, just the collector types to that's why we went with global shipping too. We really wanted to and we were going to have some we're going to have to deal with VAT tax and all kinds of fun stuff coming out of this, but that was important.
Save it for the updates.
Yeah. So we won't get into that for the updates, but still, at the end of the day, it was important just to be able to say like this. No, we mean it. It's for everyone. It's a global. We're going to ship globally. It's for every collector. So let's get on board.
Absolutely. Mike Mosner says, I would love to see Roboskull in a cartoon show of Action Force cartoon. That would be amazing. In all honesty, I'd love to see a cartoon that Roboskull would be in. I will say that the only animated Roboskull we've ever had was in some of the commercials that we had back in the day for some of those Palatoy figures and toys.
And JF LeMay.
And JF LeMay. Oh, and that, I did. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Technically.
So, hey, Mike, I would love to see that too. So, if you know any executives at Netflix that are looking to pick up, and write a series, like have them give me a buzz. Love it.
Yep.
On it. What else we got? Okay, Chris has said, Ben, if I mud wrestle Chris and Mark, can I get a fixer figure in the next Kickstarter?
I'll cut you the same deal, Chris. You'll get if you do it, you'll get a raffle ticket.
It's going to be like
to win.
It's going to be like Gladiator. We're all going to be like vying to the death for a raffle ticket.
That's good stuff.
Are you not entertained? Excuse me. Amazing. Exocet Panda wants Shadow Track Mark II. That would be pretty neat. I feel like that would be a great an update to that would be wicked. This is nice from 46 Zone. Congrats, guys. How do we nominate you for Toy of the Year?
I don't know, but if you figure it out, spread the word.
If you figure out, do it.
I think we have to. I think my guess is you have to have a toy. You have to have an actual production toy produced to win Toy of the Year. That'd be my guess. So keep us in mind down the road
after we deliver.
Yeah, because
that would be dope.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
And it fully deserved, may I add, too. Anyway, thank you, 46 Zone. Nick says, Ben, what size tote will I need to fit all of this?
Oh, I think we're going to ship it in totes. Just kidding. We're not shipping in totes.
I think it's a fairly large tote, Nick. I think my current tote supply is a bit undersized for this product. But here's the good news. I'm not going to need a tote for my Roboskull because my Roboskulls are going to stay out and be played with and be on display. So
I have a feeling these things aren't going in totes. The box alone is going to be beautiful, right?
Beautifully boxed.
Packaging.
Beautiful. It's going to be beautiful packaging.
Yeah,
Let me tell you.
JDO says, can the G.I. Joe versus Cobra sound attack weapons attach to the Roboskull Mark II?
That's a really good question, and I would feel really great if I knew the answer to it.
I have no idea.
So true.
Sorry.
We got to write that one down. We write that one
Sounded-
down. Screen cap that one, Mark. We got to check that out.
I'm getting rid of it.
Yeah,
Hurry
if
up.
Matt Stewart's still on, he can probably tell us. He probably knows the millimeter hole size, so we can, or something. So
Yeah.
All right, got it.
yeah,
We got work to
screen
do.
cap that.
Man,
We'll
now we
check
have
it out.
work.
Hulk Smash says, Roboskull comic.
Ooh, that'd be fun too.
That'd be great.
That'd be fun, but we're not. Quite honestly, I know there's a lot of there's super cool comics like Jason Bienvenu's got his Animal Warriors of the Kingdom to go with his, and then there's the Action Force comic that's out now, and there's probably, who else is doing comics? Seems like everyone's doing comics. We don't have a plan to do a comic right now, so we're just going to stay really focused on getting these toys made.
Can I just? This is a shout out for me here. I want to shout out this amazing woman. Sue McLeod. Mom, what are you doing up at this time? Are you probably getting Mom goes to bed really early and gets up. Sorry, goes to bed really early, gets up really early. So hi, Mom.
So sweet.
Thank you very much for the congratulations, Mom. And I thought I'd embarrass you by putting you out there in front of like I'm not embarrassed because it's Mom. She's amazing. So yeah, there you go, Mom.
Congratulations to you too, Mrs. McLeod, for your fine son and for for delivering him to America for the rest of us to enjoy over here.
Yes.
Are you talking about a brother of mine that I didn't know about? Anyway, Mom, love you very much. And actually, Mom and Dad are coming out to visit soon, so can't wait for that. So we'll get Mom we'll get Mom and Dad on a Full Force Weekly.
Yeah,
that'll be absolutely
love
brilliant.
it. Let's do it. Maybe Mark and I'll swing over.
We'll join in.
Maybe we'll come show your mom the prototype.
Yeah, she'd definitely want to see that. She just got we got her the book from Paddy and Brian, and she's been enjoying that very much. So Mum's a big fan. She knows more about G.I. Joe than I think people would realize. It's quite incredible. Anyway, Mom, enough bigging you up. Love you very much, and thanks for dropping a comment. We really appreciate your support. You're amazing.
What a
sweetheart, absolutely wonderful. Love my mom. Justin Bell has said, I need a little screenwriting experience. Hit me up. Sorry, Justin. We need proper people. I'm kidding. That would be great. If Justin could be involved in that too, that would be awesome.
Justin's if Justin Bell writes, I think 12 books a month or something.
A day, I think it is.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm surprised he hasn't already written it.
No word of a lie. Justin did a trilogy. Justin, you'll have to put the name of everything in the thing. It's been so long since I read it. I think it was something Harvest, and I can't remember what it was entirely, but it was brilliant, and I really loved it. So actually, Justin has got some mad skills, and we know he has because he's been, like you say, he's releasing books all the time.
Yeah, that's the trilogy. That's the Operation Harvest trilogy by Justin
Thank you.
Bell.
Did you just find out? Brilliant. Operation Harvest.
I buy
really
all
good.
of Justin. This is a true story. I buy all of Justin's books, and then I don't read that much. So it's.
But this is the collection. This thing, it takes a lot for me to read because I can't. No, it takes a lot for me to kind of actually read a book. And when I got that first Operation Harvest book, I just read it straight away. I don't know why. I just felt really compelled to, and it's really good. And honestly, and he did a little short story that he put me, Eddie, and Dave in the short story.
That's why he read the book.
No, but this isn't in the books I read. This was in the short story.
Boy, that book was hot. I mean, it's just straight fire. Good. Yeah.
But the one with us in it is the best. I'm just saying.
If Justin wrote a book and I was in it, I'd
read it. Yeah.
I just want to embarrass Mom even more by saying that.
Aww.
And also that. Thanks, Mom. And Justin's saying here, you guys are too kind. Well,
we really are, Justin.
We really aren't.
It's true.
We really aren't.
No, if you guys haven't checked out Justin Bell's books, definitely do it because they're obviously good. He keeps selling more and more books, so and he gets amazing reviews, so they're good. So it's really cool to have a friend in the hobby, and Justin's one of the long time.
Oh yeah, he's old.
Fan,
He's
long
really
time
old.
hobby guy, just one of the good guys in the hobby. So congratulations, Justin, on all your success as an author that that you continue to get and grow and gain over the years. So it's really impressive.
5 stars I'd give him for that. You'll know what I'm talking about if you're an avid Generals Joe's fan. And this from Rudy Zizou says, huge congratulations. If my child hadn't had a nightmare and woke me up, I'd have missed the opportunity to change my pledge and add a Skeletron figure. Thanks, guys. And to my son for bad dreams. So,
wow.
So Rudy's making the best out of a bad situation there.
He's probably dreaming about Roboskull.
I was going to say, like, it's just maybe like, a weird turn of events. He was dreaming about Skeletron, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think there is one, but JT
Thank you,
asked,
Rudy.
Yeah. Thank you, Rudy. Much appreciated. And also, shout out to your son. I hope he feels better now. JT says, we've seen the regular Roboskull several times now. Could we see the SE model? Is there a special edition model? I don't think there is there?
There's not a prototype that, we have one fully painted model prototype. The Deco, if you watch the Kickstarter video, you can see the SE, the Deco in spinning, and then there's an image, and there's another image in the Kickstarter of that Deco. But we don't have a physical model of the SE Deco. So we did also just post a really cool, I thought, image on our Facebook by a gentleman, Angelos. He does amazing rendering work. But that's a really cool shot of the SE in flight with two MK2s and an MK2S, or I can't always say MK because I type it too much. The Mark II, two Mark IIs and a Mark II special edition in flight together as a trio. That's actually the cover of our Facebook page right now. So
pretty boring.
I think we kind of come into the end now of people's comments and everything. Thank you, JT. But we do have this one again from Eli, who says, is there going to be any major differences between the model and the finished product?
I think it depends on what you define as major. One of the big things for me that I'm really excited about seeing the production model. Mark, if you want to bring this over here, I'm going to limit it to one thing. No, I'm going to say two things. Two things are going to be potentially major differences, okay? So, Mark, will just hold it. So see this gray plastic here? And then we've got kind of this translucency portion. This is all going to be molded out of ABS, and it's going to be molded out of clear ABS with the black tint in it. So you're going to get the thin parts here. You're going to get that translucency, but you're not going to get that color change here. You have like a gray. This is very prototypey. So the wing itself is going to be darker and more cohesive. You're not going to have that transition in color. It's going to go thick, solid black to thin, translucent, just by the thickness of the material. That's going to be really, really cool on the final model. So that's going to be that's one difference. The other thing that I think is going to be a change here is if you turn this around, just in the color, these chin guns, we're not going to do these. I'm fairly certain. So I'll just tell you this again, everything's subject to change, but we've heard a lot of feedback. We've shown these in black and in silver, and people have picked up on it. And actually everyone that's commented on it prefers the darker chin gun color. And I'm inclined to agree with them. So I think that's very likely to be a color change. So, are those major differences? That I guess that just depends on how you define major. There's not going to be any major structural differences. So this is an engineered prototype that is very far along. So the overall look, size, the way this thing works, all that kind of thing, the sculpt of it, that's not changing. There may be some enhancements, some things we tweak. We're going to be doing cutting some holes in the bottom so that we can get a good mount for that flight stand that we created. So there's going to be some engineering, tweaks and that kind of thing.
Sorry, I just had a vision there of Mark with a drill, just going.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
So major differences, I would say no. There won't be any major differences. But the wings to me are probably the closest thing. The wing color and the way that's going to look. It's probably the biggest thing. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Marauder.
Hey, MJ.
Congratulations, guys. What an exciting event. So happy Marauder is part of the Skeletron Roboskull Mark II world. And that's how he speaks as well. That's his exact accent. That isn't. I can only do Glenn Wink.
That's actually his photo too.
Yeah. So MJ, we'll have to talk, mate, about an interview to get a little kind of Marauder mind, like kind of background on this particular project as well in the future. Yeah, cool. There's actually so I said like, yeah, we've come to the end of the comments, and then there's like about 50 more have just turned up.
I gotta say thanks to MJ, and for him, I've said this on other interviews, but I have to say it again. For MJ to lend his brand that he has so meticulously curated and built, for the Marauder brand is such a well-respected, service-oriented, quality brand in the market, and for him to allow us to, for him to partner with us and collaborate and allow us to lend that brand to this project, with this being our first project, is such a big deal. And there's no doubt that that the impact of being these figures being Marauder figures and working with Marauder on this project was crucial to the success of this Kickstarter. So thanks again, man.
Yeah, we don't hit these numbers without Marauder.
Probably you'd have done maybe $10, do you reckon?
Yeah.
No, absolutely awesome. And yes, thank you for the comment as well, MJ. Much appreciated, buddy. Mike Mosner says, will there be any assembly required for Roboskull and sticker sheets?
Yes, there will be. Not very much, we don't think. So it'll probably, again, this is subject to change. Things aren't finalized for the packaging yet, but the basic premise is that each wing will ship separate from the center skull. So you're going to have three major parts, wing 1, wing 2, and then the middle. So those will definitely ship. I shouldn't say definitely. We think those are going to ship. Yeah. Those are likely to ship off in 3 big pieces, and then you'll pop them on. So, and that's actually how the model was built, because we have this engineered model. It shipped that way to us from Hong Kong, and then we snapped the parts on, and then and it worked great, worked super. Even though they said it was a very fragile prototype, it
survived 2 conventions. So,
and I actually knocked it over at the end of assembly required, and it tipped upside down and hit the floor, and one of the wings came off, but it just popped off, and then we popped it back on, and no harm, no foul. So,
Unbelievable. Yeah. Don't get me anywhere near that thing, because I am the most clumsiest git in the world nowadays.
I'm making you run for your money there, Chris.
No, trust me. Or don't trust me, because I'll just break it. Anyway, thank you, Mike, for your comment again. I know we've actually come to Mike quite a few times. There's a few people. Eli I've gone to a few times, loads. Anyway, JDO is another person getting a lot of comments in. Plo Koon, Jedi Master. Was that intentional or unintentional, Mark, with the armor face?
I would say unintentional, although I have been watching a ton of Clone Wars, so perhaps it's like seeped in there. I don't know, but
that's definitely the Bob Breakin effect there, isn't it? Because you mentioned how he wasn't thinking X-Wing. He wasn't thinking TIE Fighter when he designed the original Roboskull, but he said it was probably subconscious, because let's face it, that was everywhere, wasn't it?
Right.
I mean, it was just, so, but again, I'm not taking anything away from Bob. He's done amazing work in the past, and it's so good. And it's so good to know him and for him to be involved in this as well. Thank you, JDO, for your comment there, for your question. Okay, we've got some, this is a good one. We're probably going to take a few more, but I don't really want to stay on too much longer, guys, because it's late and I know no one really cares anymore.
Fine.
I'm going to be the party pooper on this one. Scott Jennings, though, has said this. Can you talk a bit about the Starfinder collaboration, which you revealed, was it yesterday or today, Ben?
It was just yesterday. Yeah.
Put
that PDF up yesterday. So I'm a role-playing guy. I've played Dungeons and Dragons and other role-playing games. Nerd. Yeah, I'm the nerd here. You got me. And it just was fun. I'm sort of taking everything I love from my childhood, like whether it's like a heavy metal album cover with Ken, and then getting Ken Kelly, or taking a role playing game. It's something, I love role playing games. And although I'm not actually a Starfinder player, I play Pathfinder, which is the sword and sorcery version of that. Been a big fan of Paizo, who does Pathfinder and Starfinder just felt like the the right product to sort of do a fun cross branding, just a fun thing to do. So I actually was able to connect with Eric Mona, who's a big cheese over at Paizo, which is really cool. He's actually a customizer on, he customizes a lot of Marauder Task Force figures. So he's kind of got a cool crossover thing going too, between role-playing games and 4-inch Marauder Task Force figures and customization. So he was really cool to talk to. He pointed me to the direction of Ryan Costello, which is crazy that I've never met Ryan before. It seems everyone else knows Ryan. And so connected with Ryan for him to write the rules for putting Roboskull into a role-playing game, which is super cool. And actually, after I engaged Ryan and he was on board, it was announced that Ryan was a writer on the G.I. Joe role-playing game, which was crazy.
Renegade Game Studios.
Yeah. So that all kind of happened. It was like a week after he agreed to do the Starfinder Roboskull thing, and then he, of course, didn't tell me anything about the G.I. Joe because he's under NDA at the time. And when that came out, I was like, what? And actually, I'm checking out. So anyways, super fun collaboration, lots of cool people. He had a friend, Dustin, that helped us lay out do some layouts and some OGL things for making it Starfighter compatible. And then Sean Glenn was recommended to me by Eric, who is an amazing designer and a long time. He was at Paizo for many years doing all the graphics and layout for Paizo. So again, just the level of talent that we were able to quickly just kind of find, just get is just super fortunate, I think, is the way I feel about the whole thing. Yeah,
absolutely. And it just seems to be like just a list of absolute, kind of fan leaders. It's fantastic. Okay, this is a message from Deepwater saying, could you guys put holes in the guns so we can add many common market blast effects? Now, you can probably talk on that already, can't you guys?
Yeah, we can. So we need to do, the answer is that yes, we can. And yes, we are. And we've got holes, standard size holes for the, even in multiple holes in the, inside the mouth where the missile silo is. So we can do combinations of like a 5mm hole or the smaller Diaclone reboot hole. And then we've got spots for the 8.1mm holes with the G.I. Joe. And so we also have holes for the for proton blast. I think we're calling them
proton blast effects.
And then we are including the blast effects with the Roboskull because that was an unlock. That's the one thing we still haven't shown anyone, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be super cool. And so we the one thing I need to do and we need to do is really take an inventory and make sure I know, like, we got these questions about, I know a lot of the different hole sizes for different product lines, but I don't know all of them. So I want to make sure that we understand, I know all of the ones that are really relevant and that we get the right combinations of holes so that you can do the most combinations of cool, fun stuff. But yeah,
stop saying holes. Stop saying holes.
We're all about portholes of any size.
Stop saying
holes. We're
going
to get them right.
Stop saying holes. Thank you, Deep Waters.
But they want more holes.
I don't know. Portal Master Dusty says, will the 6-inch figures have pinless joints?
Oh, that's a really great question. One that I am not able to answer. So, which is maybe a little bit odd, but we are working in collaboration with Marauder and with Spartan Toys. So those guys are working on the 6-inch design build, and they're already down that path. And so we are going along for the ride on that design. I know it's really, really strong. It's good. I don't want to speak to it because I'm not sure which details are finalized. So that is a question that I will defer to Marauder for them to answer at a later time. But great question.
Just on the side note, Thunderfeet has said, oh no, my bank won't let the payment through even though I have the money. Any ideas how to fix this? Unfortunately, you'll have to contact your bank, bud, I'm afraid. Not really. Unfortunately, that isn't our remit. Sorry, we can't be any more help, but yeah, it would just be contact your bank effectively as soon as you can. I just wanted to make sure that I don't want people to feel like I'm ignoring questions, but I would say contact your bank is all I can say there.
Speaking of ignoring a question, I only half answered a question earlier about the way that we were going to package. I talked about the wings coming off for packaging, but there was a question about the decals. So we're going to have primarily this is going to be the plan is to have tampos on most of it, so you're not applying stickers to everything except for the glow in the dark sticker sheet, which was an unlock. So that's going to be your customizing deco sheet. But most of the other things, the intent is that we're going to have some nice tampos on there, so you don't have to put on a bunch of stickers. I'll be honest, I have mixed feelings about that. I kind of like the idea of kind of going old school and applying stickers, but what I found in my I'll say market research is that I seem to be alone as one of the guys in my 40s that wants to put on a bunch of decals on toys. So so there you have
about
it.
3 or 4. After about 3 or 4, I'm like, this is too stressful. I'm out.
I did Metroplex last and haven't done any since. That was me on that one. Ryan Sweeney's actually asked like a kind of question here that I was actually a little bit wanted to ask you, and that is do the glow in the dark eyes work on the mask as well, or I mean, are they compatible, or what's the situation there?
Yeah, I mean that bit's still probably under review, I'll say. Especially being that the glow in dark eyes was an unlock that we, while we had it out there, it wasn't part of the consideration at the time when we had launched the mask. And so once we did go ahead with the eyes, then it was like, okay, well now, is there anything that we can do different in the eyes on the mask? So I'll just say that's under review, but nothing concrete.
Yeah. So the challenge with that is that the original design, we were actually using the eye holes to mount the mask on there. So it's a great question. And so what Mark's saying is we're going to re-review and see if there's a different way we can do that. Yep. So we can maybe do some combinations, but it may not be possible with the way that the mask is designed, because originally it was designed to plug into those same portholes that the glow in the dark uses.
Yep. So it's just kind of back to the lab. Once now that the Kickstarter closes up, we go back and then we start to just look over all these different features.
If we can, we will.
Yep.
And one more, we'll squeeze one more in. JT says or asks, since the guns and eyes are removable, are you planning to have them adjustable / posable?
Adjustable, posable. They're going to be fixed in place. The primary gun that comes with it is going to be fixed in place, because it's a great question, because there's that, like, hey, more articulation's good. I just worried we're going to end up with these kind of like wonky eyes, and so we designed it not to do that, to just have the cannons straightforward. They go right in.
You do get this articulation though, where when this chin section's down, this thing can move around and fire back behind it. So that's the amount of articulation would be from this chin section, right? And then the other bit would be your rear gunner, right? It's got the up and down. These aren't locked into place, right? So like the original. Oops.
Yeah, so there's a lot of articulation on here, obviously, but for now the eye cannons are fixed straight in. They go straight in, straight out, and there's other reasons for that too, for compatibility and ease of swapping in like Diaclone reboot eyes and different things. But yeah, and I think at the end of the day, I wanted it that way. I thought it'd be nicer.
Right then, I think that kind of brings us to the end of this absolutely incredible countdown party live stream. So thank you to everybody who's sent us in questions and comments and all that kind of stuff. So if I didn't get to everyone, I apologize, but it's not easy, trust me. Not when like 50, 60, 78.
Well, Chris, thanks for manning that, and thanks for doing this so we could get on and talk to people and do this. This is a ton of fun.
It's been a blast. It was great watching it tick over to 600K as well, and it was great watching it just time out. It was brilliant. Massive congratulations to the Skeletron team, Ben and Mark, and everyone involved. We will be back obviously with the weekly, with news bursts, with more interviews with these two absolute lunatics, and with obviously everyone, like we said, in the future with other people, other collaborators involved as well. I'm having to kind of half whisper because it's like 20 past midnight now.
Hey, thanks. I got to say thanks, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Again, I got to say it again. Thank you for backing us. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for spreading the word. And thank you for coming on and spending your Saturday night, like Chris said, a late Saturday night to talk to us. It means a lot.
Yep. And thanks, guys, for the last 31 days. We've had a lot of fun, and we know you guys have too. So thank you so much.
All that's left for me to do is outro us out. So thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. You should be able to watch this on YouTube and Facebook after the fact if you've missed it already. But obviously you won't know that until you get to this point in the video anyway. So thank you, Ben and Mark from the Skeletron Toy Company, for coming on and chatting everything Roboskull. Congratulations on a fully, successfully completed all stretch goals and beyond Kickstarter campaign, guys. Thank you so much for coming on.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
But what do we do after 3 at the end of every show? 1, 2, 3.
Full force!
Perfect. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/TheFullForce, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.